Good morning, Redbox family. I just wanted to give you an update regarding the slew of filings that we got on Friday and to address some concerns that I've seen running around and additionally some concerns that I personally have with this play. I currently still own my entire position. I haven't sold any of it, guys, so please don't think that I'm trying to create FUD or scare you or anything else. I just think that as responsible shareholders in this company right now, that we need to play this smart. And in order to do that, we need to stay diligent. We need to keep on top of the filings from both Redbox and Chicken Soup. And guys, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I skimmed through them quickly, but they're hundreds of pages long, and I did not have the time this weekend to read the entire thing because what I saw has already made me realize how I need to play this going forward. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. It's my personal opinion. It's your money. Please do with it as you like, but please keep in the back of your head that this play is very high risk and there are some red flags that I'm seeing. That being said, I'm currently still holding my position and haven't sold anything because I still think that at least today we're going to see another run-up and we may see some more run-ups. It's not to say this is done, but I think that we need to play it a little bit differently. At least I need to play it a little bit differently. And that's to be diligent of, when it runs, take the run, and if it starts to dump, guys, that's your key to get out. Does that mean it's not going to run again? No, it could absolutely run again. I mean, there's a huge number of FTDs, but again, we have to think with our heads, and I'm going to show you some red flags that I see. Please watch this video in its entirety so that you can make an educated decision as to what you want to do with your position. Also, if you could just do me a favor, please, because my channel is new. I don't have a ton of subscribers. I've only been up for a week, so I have maybe around 250 subscribers. I don't know. I haven't checked it, but I know it was somewhere around there. So if you could like and share this video, and guys, if you could just do me a favor and subscribe, that would really help to get this word out because we need to stay on top of it. And the more people that hear this, the more people that I'll have hopefully coming back to us to let me know if they see something too. So while I'm pulling up the other things, if you could take 1 minute out of your busy day to like this video and to subscribe to my channel, I would be very grateful for that, guys. All right, let me just pull up the red flags that I see and get right into this. Okay, guys, this is the prospectus supplement to the prospectus that was also filed on June 17th. And this is where I see red flags. So let's start at the beginning. This prospectus supplements and amends the selling security holder information contained in the prospectus dated June 17, 2022, the prospectus, which forms part of the registration statement on Form S-1, filed by Redbox Entertainment, a Delaware corporation, with the Securities and Exchange Commission relating to the issuance by us of A, up to 6,062,500 shares of Class A common stock. Okay, A, guys, we know are those private placement warrants of which they authorized 1 million to be exercised, which can happen any day up to 4 days. So they could be exercised from Friday up through, well, this week, Thursday, I believe would be the 4 days, maybe Wednesday, if it's 4 additional days or 4. So Wednesday or Thursday, they had to exercise those 1 million shares, but then they had to wait 1 business day before they could sell them. So that means they could sell those 1 million shares as of today. And guys, in that filing, if you looked further deeper into it, which I had more time to do over the weekend, there were also some warrants that were a little bit above an additional 1 million that it looks like they could also sell. So you have the 1 million shares and you have an additional 1 million, it's approximately 1,100,000 warrants. So potentially, guys, this could dilute this by even more than we originally assumed, okay? I'm not saying it will, but it can. And it looks like it could very realistically. So issuable upon the exercise of the private placement warrants as described below, up to 10,781,250 shares of Class A common stock issuable upon the exercise of the public warrants. And guys, we already know about this. We already know that these public warrants could be exercised based on a couple of last week or the week before, I'm sorry, but every day is running together right now. But this is something we already knew about with those. Up to, this is my big concern here, because if they can do something with this, guys, that's when we're going to have a big bit of trouble on our hands. Up to 32,770,000 shares of Class A common stock underlying an equal number of shares of Class B common stock. Par value, Class B common stock, and the offer and sale from time to time by the selling security holders named in the prospectus, the selling security holders, or their permitted transferee of up to 60,203,489 shares of Class A common stock, which includes up to 6,062,500 shares of Class A common stock, issuable upon the exercise of the private placement warrants. Again, this Class A shares of the common stock, it's the same number that's in the Class A warrants that would be issued into Class A stock. So I believe that's the same number that they're discussing here. A common stock issuable upon the exercise of the private placement warrants. Exactly. See? It's the same number. So those are the private placement warrants. Up to 10,781,250 shares of Class A common stock issuable upon the exercise of the public warrants. Again, we knew about this. Again, this is where my red flag question comes in. Are we going to see a filing any day announcing a share? Which, guys, again, you know, I would have said they can't sell the 1 million warrants because they were locked up according to it. How they got around it, I have no idea, but they did. Are they going to find a way to get around issuing stock? That's my next concern. So 32,770,000 shares of Class A common stock underlying an equal number of shares of Class B common stock and up to 6,062,500 warrants to purchase shares of Class A common stock. Now here, this is red flag right where it's underlined. This prospectus supplement is being filed solely for the purpose of designating additional selling security holders to reflect a transfer of private placement warrants from a previously identified selling security holder and does not register any additional securities of the company. So guys, again, they're not registering any additional securities right now, but will we see a filing regarding this? Now, this is a big question mark, but again, it's a red flag, and if I don't tell you about it, then I'm not, you know, being ethical to myself or to any of you, and I'm sorry, but I am going to call it exactly like I see it. Right now, this is not on the table, so this is just something we need to watch for, guys, because I don't know why it's being included. So please, I'm not saying, oh my God, we're screwed. No, I would sell if I knew that this was a fact right now because the play would be done. Right now, this hasn't come into play. My concern is, will it? Part of me says no because this is what controls the voting rights, which is why they're able to basically make any decision that they can on this company. So part of me says that this won't happen, but then another part of me says, well, we also thought this was locked up, which it was, according to that agreement. Somehow they found a way around it. So it just has to be in the back of our mind, guys, because the best offense is playing a play defensively, okay? Again, not trying to create fear or FUD or anything else, just trying to make everybody aware that not only do I have a concern that they could do something with this, but they agreed on 1 million warrants. Who's to say they're not going to come out and say that the rest of the 5 million warrants aren't going to come into play at some point? Again, they haven't. There's no filing for that, but it's something we all need to have our eyes on, guys. And if we do get a filing, please, I don't care if you have to tweet me 50 times before you get my attention. If you see a filing come out, please let me know so that I can address it with the community especially regarding the sale of securities, because that would be my concern, or the sale going through of Redbox to CSSE, which is another thing. They said they expect it to happen Q3, and it says on or before October 31st, guys, but you know, Q3 starts in July. There's a lot of things they still need to file before it, but again, we need to stay on top of these filings, because how soon are they going to try to lock this in is another concern. Anyways, getting back to this. So the prospectus supplement is being filed solely for the purpose of designating an additional selling security holder to reflect a transfer of private placement warrants from a previously identified selling security holder, and does not register any additional securities of the company. This is not a registration to sell new securities, is what this is saying. The additional selling security holders received their private placement warrants from Seaport Global SPAC LLC. Yes, that's correct. Seaport is the one who got the 1 million warrants they were able to exercise. Along with, guys, it looked like there was a separate filing to that showed that there was about that 1,100,000 of warrants that they were able to sell to 2 individuals listed in there. So, I didn't see an individual filing, so I'm not sure what the deal is on that, but I did see it in there. So it's something we need to keep in the back of our head too. You should read this prospectus supplement, including any amendments or supplements thereto, carefully before you invest in our securities. This prospectus supplement is not complete without and may not be delivered or used except in conjunction with the prospectus, including any amendments or supplements to it. The prospectus supplement is qualified by reference to the prospectus, except to the extent that the information provided by this prospectus supplement supersedes information contained in the prospectus. Our Class A common stock is listed on the NASDAQ Global Marketplace under the ticker RDBX, and our warrants are listed under the NASDAQ under RDBXW. On June 16th, the closing sale price of Class A common stock, as reported on NASDAQ, was $11.69, and the closing sale price of warrants was $1.62. We are an emerging growth company under applicable Securities and Exchange Commission rules, and as such have elected to comply with certain reduced public company disclosure requirements for this prospectus and future filings. Prospectus summary implications of being an emerging growth company. Investing, here, red flag again, investing in our securities involves a high degree of risk. Guys, I told you from the beginning, this is a high risk play. See the section titled Risk Factors beginning on page 13 of the prospectus. Guys, pull the prospectus up and read for yourself. Please, I'm just trying to give you key information that I feel needs to get out there. It's your job to go and actually try to read the rest of this when and if you have time, if you decide to be in this play. Neither the SEC or any security commission has approved or disapproved of these securities or determined if this prospectus is truthful or complete. Any representation to the contrary is a criminal offense. So guys, basically, let's get this facts on. Right now we know there's 1 million shares, 1 million warrants that could be exercised as of Friday, but they had to wait until as of today because they had to wait 1 business day before they can sell them. So we know that we have 1 million warrants that could have been exercised, and they may not be yet, or part of them could be and part of them could not be. It's up to the company how they want to do it. It's up to Seaport. So I haven't seen a filing that they sold anything. They can't sell them to today if they have exercised. They might try to run this up first and get more bang for their buck. Heck, it'd be in their best interest. So the reason I bring this to you again, guys, is because there's red flags, and we've been screwed by this company with them issuing these 1 million warrants that were supposed to be locked up. So I have lost trust in them that they're not going to find ways around this. Guys, they're in need of cash. They are desperate. They would have filed bankruptcy, like I said, had they not have had that shitty deal with CSSE. Again, I haven't sold a single share. I'm going to play this. I'm going to ride it up, and I'm going to ride it down, and I'm going to ride it up. If it plays like that, that's all that I can tell you. Do I think everyone needs to run and sell? No, I don't, but that's your choice, and I'm giving you this information so you can make an educated one. What I think is we need to be aware of what the filings are, and I think that we need to be aware of the price action and see what it tells us, because, guys, you know, we have a ton of warrants that expired in the money that could have been exercised. We don't know how many of them physically were. But those are all FTDs. And guys, this has been on the threshold since April 28th. There's people on StockTwits going around trying to get people to call the SEC and demand an explanation of why they're not being forced to cover. And guys, please, I encourage every single one of you, if you care about your investment, call the SEC and ask them why this has been okay to be on the threshold since April 28th, why they can go ahead and take away the ability to sell options on this or to buy options on this. And, you know, why is it that they're not demanding that they pay what's due? These are failure to deliver. These stocks are due. Going back to that same car argument, guys, I'm not going to get into it on this video. You've had enough, but it's not right. This whole play is really screwed up, and nobody is protecting retail here, and I've had enough of it. It's BS, and I think we should call the SEC and ask why. Why is this allowed to be on the threshold list since April 28th? Why are they allowed to continue to have FTDs? Why was options ever listed on this stock? There's a million questions I did come up with, guys. Our voices need to be heard. So please, as an investor, do your job too, and do your due date and stay on top of this. You know, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm always going to be honest with you guys, and this is how I see it. I had the weekend to process what I thought this could be, and I feel that everybody needs to know the risks that are on the table. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to you guys. And again, I haven't sold, but it is definitely a red flag, and I definitely will be staying up to date with my DD, because trust me, I've been in this place since October. I do not want to be screwed, and I don't want any of you to be screwed either. So please, please, please do your DD. Keep on top of this play. Guys, we could have a great run, or they could do something else. We don't know unless we see a filing. All right, have a great day, all, and please share this with everyone you know. They need to know what's going on, and this is not fear-mongering. This is facts.